Salut, c'est Géraldine, bienvenue sur Comme une Française TV, Sound French, even to the French. Languages are never complete. Some concepts lack the words to describe them, and these are tools to communicate that we don't know we're missing. What is the word for that moment when you're just walking in the street and you suddenly remember some shameful thing that you did in middle school? You see, we're missing this word. At least for some words we're lacking, we can go and take a look at other languages for inspiration or to borrow them. So which English words don't yet exist in French? Let's find out. Self-conscious. Self-consciousness sounds like la conscience de soi, la conscience de soi. But this one actually means self-awareness. Maybe we'll be more lucky with the adjective. Feeling self-conscious can be translated as être embarrassé, to feel embarrassed. But you tend to feel self-conscious to actually prevent feeling embarrassed. Être complexé is a bit closer. You have a problem with a part of you. Je suis complexé par mon nez. Je suis complexé par mon nez. For example, it would mean I'm self-conscious about my nose, yet it's more like a psychological baggage you carry rather than a temporary fear. On the other hand, you can try je suis gêné, je suis gêné, je suis gêné, or je suis mal à l'aise, which means I'm feeling uneasy, but it's still not really adequate. I guess you just have to try one and feel self-conscious about your choice of words. Gaslighting is a form of mental abuse, a word that's been used in clinical and research literature. It has become more popular recently. The tactic is to lie and then to refute having ever lied, even in front of hard evidence, and instead try to convince the other party to doubt their own mind and judgment. It's a very strong form of manipulation. So the closest you get in French is mentir, to lie, or manipuler, to manipulate. We don't have a direct translation, so we can't enjoy a firm handle of the concept. But it would be useful though, especially for victims, to put a word to this attack on their sanity. A date is a romantic meeting. It's un rendezvous galant, in a way. In the right context, you could use un rendezvous on its own, but the same word is used for a business meeting or any other kind of appointment. Slang would suggest un rencard, but it sounds a bit outdated. I've heard people say un date, for lack of a better word, but it doesn't sound right. So we have to be more precise in French. For example, we'd say un dîner avec Martin, a dinner with Martin, or un café avec Michel, un café avec Michel, or une soirée avec Julie, You have to be specific. Vanilla something. Vanilla is a spice called la vanille in French, la vanille. In casual slang, vanilla is also a synonym for conventional. This meaning doesn't exist in French. You can try to translate it with conventionnel, or classique. But that sounds stiff and not as powerful though. Being anal about something. The expression comes from Freudian psychology. Don't try to translate it directly, ever. You will be very misunderstood. There's no real equivalent though. Être psychorigide will get your point across with the same amount of psychobabble. Another similar expression is être très à cheval sur un principe. Être très à cheval sur, and then you put what you're looking for, un principe. Which more directly means to ride something, like a principle, hard. Or you can try an adjective, like obstiné, or têtu, or the pejorative borné, which all means stubborn. For example, Michel est très à cheval sur la ponctualité, presque psychorigide, c'est son côté borné. Michel est très à cheval sur la ponctualité, presque psychorigide, c'est son côté borné. Michel is being anal about punctuality, it's his stubborn side. Helicopter parenting. Helicopter parents watch their kids all the time. Some French people do it as well, of course, but the concept itself doesn't have a specific word here. And people won't understand this particular metaphor in French. The closest expression we have would be une mère poule, a chicken mother, or un papa poule, a chicken dad. Both expressions carry a meaning of surveillance that can be overbearing, but in a well-meaning way. It's not as terrifying a sight as a helicopter hovering your children all the time. You could also describe the concept with adjectives instead. Des parents étouffants, as overbearing parents, or for example, une mère possessive, a possessive mother. Or simply put, you can say ses parents surveillent leurs enfants tout le temps. Ses parents surveillent leurs enfants tout le temps. These parents are keeping an eye on their kids all the time. A snack. Culturally, French people don't snack, they just eat at meal times. But, well, sometimes you just still get hungry during the day, so what words do we use? Well, if it's between 4 and 5 in the afternoon, you can take a break with le goûter, which is a very small meal. It's mostly for children after school with biscuits and chocolate, but as an adult, you can enjoy a cup of tea or coffee with a light snack if you want. A snack before eating is sometimes called un encas, but it's rarely used. It's very formal. Casser la croûte literally means to break the crust of the bread, and it's also a friendly way to say I'm having a quick meal. But it's usually a sandwich or something with bread for a fast lunch. The closest verb would be grignoter, to nibble. And a snack could be un petit truc à grignoter, a small thing to nibble on. It's unconsciously frowned upon, since we've all been told in our childhood, on ne doit pas grignoter entre les repas. You shouldn't snack in between meals. That's the healthy advice my grandmother told me, and I think it works as a general rule. How would you translate these words in French or into your own language? Which English words don't exist in your language? Which words from your language don't exist in French? Tell me in the comment section, I want to hear from you. If you're on YouTube, you will find a link below the video to the blog, communefrancaise.com. On the site, I read all the comments and answer all your questions as well. Did you like this video? Do you want more? Let me share exclusive lessons, private offers, and my 10 favorite Commune Française TV episodes with you by email. It's super easy to join. Leave me your first name and your email and I will get back to you straight away. Subscribe now to get my best content straight to your inbox. It's the fantastic stuff that's not even on YouTube. And the best thing is, it's all free. Merci for watching Commune Française TV. Sound French even to the French. Allez, salut!